Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. This is doing the skid plate for my trailer when that load tipped, and so I'm gonna go into detail on this plate on the next video, I think. So we were able to. I hit it all with some oil-based paint, because when I took the other plate down, well, I just wanted to show you. So this company, they countersunk all the holes, and basically, so that was our old plate there. And as you can see, it's super rusty. It's just not good, right? So I figured while I'm fucking with these bolts, I'd go ahead and put a coat of oil base on this. I know underneath, I know that's where you're going to put oil on it, but if it's all bare steel, why not hit it? So we got this plate, which if you look on the old one, you could see like that bracket there, or that piece of aluminum that was actually welded underneath the cross members. So when I had the guys do the work for us, I asked him, I said, well, can we avoid doing that? He goes, yeah, what do you have in mind? So anyways, it was just, we just kind of made this once I gave them the measurements. So I didn't do any of this. So they did, because obviously steel was flat. They put the bend in it. So they took our old plate, put it on their fancy schmancy reader thing, whatever, got all the dimensions, same thickness, 5/16, I think. Countersunk all the holes. I had to get the 2-inch Kingpin from Amazon. They went ahead, I love that, made in the USA, and they welded it on, they cut the hole, they did everything. So if you guys want their company name and number, it's Comet. I don't know, I have to look at my phone. I can't do that when I'm doing videos. But if you want their information, they're in Wisconsin. My number's 414-477-7845. Again, that's Kurt, 414-477-7845. So for them, with that plate, this plate, minus the Kingpin, the purchase of it, but they did all the work, all the welding, countersunk all the holes, did the bend, made that plate. It was under $1,300. I couldn't believe it. I had a trailer company that wanted to charge us like $5,000. So if you guys, and now we run all aluminum Bensons, so that's in their system now. So all I got to do is call it in and say, hey, can you guys make us up a plate like the last one? Or if you guys have the same kind of Bensons, just give me a holler and I'll see if I can help you guys out. That's why I created a YouTube channel, to help people. Let me know and I'll give you their name and number. So now back to the video. So I already did a video on this, but I wasn't very informative. So I've been working on this shit for hours. As you can see, I cut the countersunk bolts off with a cutting wheel, and I figured, okay, they're already cut. I'll just go ahead and put a socket on there with an impact, and it should just twist right out. Wrong. Wrong. That shit will not budge. I used a big impact. I used my angle impact. That thing is doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. I even sprayed it all down with a silicone lubricant. Nothing. I've been on this shit for hours. I went and I got pieces of metal, C-clamps, to see if I can now see this right here where the beam is. That's not difficult. I already pulled this one out, but let me show you what they look like. These are so oxidized in here. So this one, you can see I got out. That's what it looked like. It was so oxidized in there, it just wasn't coming out. So because of my best brother, Stevie K, what's up, brother? Love you. They had this sitting around, so he just gave it to us or whatever. And I never thought I'd use it. I think it's some like a gear puller or whatever. So this was my lifesaver, believe it or not. So I was able to go on there, and all I got to do is offset it a little bit, and it will line up, and it does the trick. But it didn't do the trick for this one because you can see I've been out here for hours, man. Just a wasted day. But I'm still going to share this with you. So as you can see, that side has nothing to grip on. So I had to drill a hole, a couple holes actually. These two plate bent. This shit's in there so tight, man. I'm gonna see if I can start it for you. I'll put you on pause. So this is our next one. So this one is probably gonna be difficult as well. Maybe not. It has not been fun. So this is the stuff. I mean, I love doing this kind of stuff because I learn, and you can learn about your equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my contraption for this bolt here. So I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to show you how difficult it is. All right, guys. First thing I got to do is got to go center on the bolt, the one there. And I got these plates. So I've had these plates for a while. Never thought I'd ever use them, but they finally came in handy. So you want to center up. I drilled that hole, center on the plate to balance it. So I marked my hole right there in line with that hole. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and drill the hole. I gotta fasten that bracket. All right, guys, so I fastened it down, bolted. I just ran the bolt on the inside up underneath here. She's nice and tight. And then I take these 3 plates, believe it or not. I put it like that. Now I got to go ahead and C-clamp these 2 here, and then we're going to go from there. All right. And so then these don't have to be super tight, but you want them close to the end or close to the rear, because when you apply pressure and it starts going like that, these are going to want to flip like that. So they don't have to be super tight, but you want to snug them up pretty decent. And I'm going to go ahead and put our puller on it. All right. So that's it. So you just center it up with the bolt. And then you got your hook here. And on the back side there. And then you can see I got my wrench still on that nut back there. But I want to show you guys, before you guys think I'm crazy, I'm going to hook up my impact to one of those bolts. I'll show you. All right, guys. You know, one of my biggest pet peeves is when a fucking hose fitting makes that noise. I got to replace that one. I sat there for about 15 minutes with this impact, and the bad thing about it is you can't fit another one up in there because of the size. That's why I had to go with the angle, but I was barely able to get it in. That's what he said, that's what she said. So then I tried this air tool impact, I guess, or whatever the hell it is, jackhammer. That shit didn't work either. I was on that for about 15 minutes, and then finally I was like, I gotta come up with something else. So now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my impact, hook it up to the hose. I'll show you. All right, impact just goes on the back side like that. I think it's a 3/4. Ah, shoot, I put it in reverse. Hold on. All right, guys, I got it lined up. This is my second attempt. It already came out. Yep, popped out again. Damn it. Yep, shit, I gotta put you on pause. All right, that one's a no-go as well. So, actually, you know what? I think it might actually be flared out a little bit. Maybe that's hitting it. I gotta take a look at it. All right, guys, I had to add a piece of metal in there because on this lip right here, they're just in there so hard. And there's actually a weld joint there. That's why. Because you can see it's a lip, decent sized lip there. But yeah, that's where they welded it. So I'm gonna have to line it back up. All right, guys, we're lined back up. We'll hook up my impact and see where we're at. Oh, I had to use 2 more C-clamps to hold that piece of metal, and you want to make sure this stuff is pretty solid. Now, by drilling that hole in the middle there, I'm not worried about this thing going like this because I'm straight up center. All right. Son of a bitch. All right, guys, set it up again. We'll see. Yeah, she's going finally. Ah, damn it, I jinxed myself.